whatever it is that you do the most is going to become a habit. If you keep repeating the same thing over and over again in your behavior, in your thinking, in your talking, it becomes a habit. If you always put your left shoe on first, it's your habit. If you always think that you're never going to be successful, it's your habit. If you believe that you can do whatever it is that you want and therefore you work hard, you're very disciplined, and you achieve all your goals, it is your habit. Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Today we're digging into habit formation and mainly the science behind it. We all understand the basics. If I keep doing the same thing over and over again, it will eventually become part of my habitual behavior. But making sure that we know what is right and what is wrong, that we know what kind of habits we have right now and what kind of habits do we need in order for us to succeed or to attract all our dreams, goals and desires into reality. In order for you to understand what is going on, you need to accept one thing first. We all are living in habitual patterns. If you just heard a voice in your head that said, this video is not going to help me, wait, give me one more second. The fact that you feel friction towards this video might be because I just struck a nerve. Probably you know that your habitual patterns are not just beneficial. You also have a few unhealthy ones, and maybe it is because you're not ready to change them yet, you feel friction towards this video. So especially you guys that were about to click away, stay here. Stay focused. Let me explain to you how you can change your habitual patterns in a more beneficial lifestyle for you. Let's start by talking about what habits are and how they are formed. The more you repeat a certain behavior, the stronger your neural pathway grows. That means every single time that there's a cue, that there's a trigger for a certain response, your brain gives you the response that you have trained yourself to give to that certain cue. This process of creating new neural pathways happens in your basal ganglia, a part of your brain that is responsible for motor control, learning, and habit formation. Once this pathway is made, your brain and therefore your system can create a certain reaction to a certain trigger almost without any conscious thought. Your subconscious mind has completely taken over. That's why habitual patterns feel automatic. Your brain is basically on autopilot. That's exactly what the subconscious mind is responsible for. Think about it this way. The very first time that you had to learn how to tie your shoelace probably wasn't a big success, right? But because you kept doing it over and over and over again, you created a stronger and stronger and stronger connection, a better neural pathway. And every single time that you now need to tie your shoelace, hopefully, you're pretty good at it. You're not even thinking about it. It just happens. You're not thinking about where to put your left and the right, where to hold the shoelace, how to exactly move your fingers. It hopefully for you right now just happens. It's the same with getting dressed. It's the same with riding your bicycle or your car. Everything that we do in the beginning is new. We use our conscious mind. Go back to one of the first episodes. Everything that has become a habit already is something that we just simply do without consciously thinking about it. On autopilot, in these two examples, you probably recognize yourself. It's very relatable because the majority of people is capable of tying their shoelace and the majority of people is also capable of getting dressed by themselves. Now here's the fun one. If I can do this process of learning a new skill, a new habit over and over again, would that mean that I can teach myself anything I want? I used to struggle with studying frequently. I used to struggle with keeping myself disciplined in the process because I was simply not really enjoying every aspect of it. But at the same time, I was very disciplined and I was in the gym every single morning. So what I did is I connected one habit to the other. The one that was more new for me, the studying, I told myself, do 15 minutes of your study first and then you're allowed to go to the gym. Every single morning that I wake up and for whatever the reason is, I'm not going to the gym. It feels like I'm missing something. It feels like I forgot something. Because of all these years I've been pushing myself of going to the gym in the morning, I now have the habitual pattern, the neural pathway, the trigger and cue in my head. As soon as you wake up, you get your body moving. Go to the gym, do your workout, work on the future you. Every single time that I come back from the gym, I want to eat as healthy as possible because I kept telling myself over and over and over again, as soon as you come home, eat as healthy as possible. Reward your body, reward your system for the hard work you just did in the gym. So by constantly talking to myself, to be actively coaching myself, being the corrector of my behavior, what direction do I want to move into? I've created this inner self-talk of a coach and a client in the same person. My habit formation goes quite easy when it comes to the things that are beneficial towards my goals, my dreams, and my desires. Also because I have been asking myself the right questions. I keep myself accountable for all the results in my life. The reason why I wanted to quit smoking, the reason why I wanted to work out every single day, the reason why I want to eat healthy, the reason why I drink a lot of water during the day, the reason why I stopped drinking alcohol, it is all part of my habitual formation of creating the healthiest lifestyle possible. My goal is not to be the healthiest person right now. My goal is not to be the healthiest person in 6 months. I want to be the healthiest father possible for my kids. I don't have kids yet. So the motivation for me is something in the future that maybe not even happens, but it keeps me going. It motivates me and it makes sure that I do what I had planned. And for me, this part is easy because I've been doing this since I'm 17 years old. When we talk about taking okay care of yourself, I made my mistakes in the beginning, working out almost every single day and making sure that you work towards a healthier future. What I'm saying right now is you decide what kind of habitual patterns you allow within your lifestyle. So let's break down the habit. How is it created? It's called the habit loop. Let me break it down. Every habit is formed through a 3-step process. The habit loop: cue, routine, reward. The cue is the trigger of your habit. This could be anything: a certain time of the day, a certain noise you hear, a certain kind of a message you receive, a word somebody uses. The cue could literally be anything: a feeling, an external signal. Waking up in the morning, opening your eyes, taking a few breaths, understanding you're awake could be the cue for you to start making coffee. Step number 2 is the routine, the behavior itself. So you actually preparing and drinking the coffee. And the reason you do this routine is because of step number 3, the reward, the feeling, the experience that you get from executing this habit. In this case, feeling energized, feeling happy about your warm, lovely cup of coffee. The more you repeat this loop, the stronger it grows, the more ingrained this habit becomes into your brain. Your brain starts associating the cue with the reward. It's the routine in the middle. So when you start building routines, when you start creating loops for yourself, be aware of what it is that you're doing. Are you really good at saying no to things? It might become a habitual answer. Maybe sometimes you do want to say yes, but before you know it, your autopilot has taken over and already answered no. Maybe therefore you say no to things that you would like to say yes to. This is a negative effect that a habitual formation has on the outcome, the results in your life. In order for you to create the best possible life, you need to make sure that you're in control and aware enough of all your habitual patterns. When I first started creating my habitual pattern of waking up in the morning, it was quite simple. I told myself every evening, put your clothes ready, make sure your bag is packed, make sure everything is set up in the kitchen, that as soon as you wake up, there's no negotiation possible. Walk out of the bedroom, get dressed, hop onto your bike, drive to the gym. Come back, eat something healthy. I'm not saying it was that easy, because every single time I woke up, my inner chatter made sure that it was even more challenging than just going there. Every single morning I woke up, I had the first fight. Am I going to stay in bed? Am I going to the gym? Is my knee not hurting? My cue was waking up. My routine was going to the gym and exercise. My reward was feeling much better, looking much better, and making sure I was healthier. Over time, this became automatic. Right now, I don't even think about it. I wake up and I go to the gym no matter what. As soon as I wake up, my body believes that we're going to work out. So become aware of all your current habits. Make sure that you understand which one are beneficial and which one aren't. We are not going to change your habits. We can't change certain connections in our brain. The neural pathways are not there to change. We can build a completely new one. We have to make sure that there's a new connection. And that old thick connection we have and that young thin connection, that one needs to start growing into a thicker connection because we're going to do it more often, and the old pattern needs to slowly slink down out of our system. Every single time you do something, like I mentioned before, we create a neural pathway. The very first time you do something, that pathway is very thin. The more often you do this, the more you practice it, the more often you repeat this, that pathway becomes thicker and thicker, stronger and stronger. So we're building a new connection. That is what we're doing. But because we have the same cue but a new response. That old pathway is going to become thinner and thinner. And what we want is to make sure that the same cue, the same trigger, creates a new routine and gives us a better reward. Habit formation in a nutshell. So pick a habit, at least one, that you would like to change. And then remember what I just told you. We're not going to change your habit. We're going to build a completely new one. But because the cue is the same, we might feel like we're just changing this. If your habitual pattern is cue, wake up, routine, snooze, reward, feel good, now you want to build a new pattern. We're not going to change this one. We're going to build a new one. Same cue, wake up, routine, get up and out of your bed. Don't snooze. Reward, feeling energized, feeling more productive, proud of myself because I'm not snoozing. I'm simply utilizing my day, my time better than before. So we're not changing the old habit. We're changing the response, the routine to the same cue. Therefore, we try to accomplish better rewards. The difficulty with changing your habitual patterns is that you need to repeat this over and over and over again. And in the beginning, when something is new, something is difficult, something is actually maybe not even fun yet, it takes a lot of our willpower. That means that we're getting tired from trying the same thing over and over again. That's why I always advise people, pick one habit. Pick one habitual pattern that you would like to change by replacing it with a completely new one. If you want to change a complete lifestyle, don't tell yourself waking up earlier, stop smoking, stop drinking, going to the gym every day, eat only whatever kind of foods. It's way too much. You can't keep yourself on track the whole day, every day with all these aspects. Start small, break it down. Start by waking up early and doing an exercise. As soon as that feels a little bit better, add your healthier food. Once that becomes more normal, add the next one and the next one. Push yourself. Don't set yourself up for failure. If you're really good at making plans and then not executing them, you're already in a habitual pattern. If you're really good in the evening promising yourself that you're going to do this, this, and this tomorrow, and you actually rarely execute on these plans, your habitual pattern is, I make myself happy in the evening and in the morning I don't care anymore. So therefore, make sure that it is something that you can do. Make sure it's something that you kind of enjoy, or at least the rewards you enjoy. And make sure you celebrate it big. Make sure that you create a certain system for yourself where you're proud of yourself, where you look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're doing well. A great way to monitor all these small little changes that are accumulating you into much bigger successes. I've created a success journal. It's in the description below. You can download it for free, or you create your own journal. But make sure you write down, how did I feel? How did I act? What was the reward afterwards? What is it that I did today? And always ask yourself the question, why didn't I do something? Don't beat yourself up over your mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over the things that might go wrong in the beginning. We're all humans. We're all making mistakes. Try to talk to yourself the way you would supportively talk to one of your best friends. Make sure you allow yourself to make those small mistakes. Get back on the horse, try it again, but with more knowledge. Keep in mind, everything that you repeatedly do grows thicker in a neural pathway. If you keep telling yourself that you're going to do something and you're not doing it, you're building a very strong routine connection that becomes really good at not doing what you tell yourself to do. Is that going to help you in this life? Is that going to help you achieve all the successes that you have? Be honest to yourself, monitor yourself, and be nice to yourself. We covered the science of how habits are formed, strategies for building new ones, how to maintain them, and why it's so important to keep tweaking and sharpening your habits over time. Now it's your turn to take action. Make sure you share this video with at least one person. It's going to take 5 seconds out of your day, and it definitely makes my day better. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video, and let me know what habit it is that you're going to change. Again, don't forget the homework, don't forget the success journal, and make sure that you share this with at least one person. Not just because it's going to give you a good feeling, a better reward, it's going to create more momentum for this video, it's going to make me very happy, and we might change somebody else's life. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you for your attention. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you give this a thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys very soon again. Enjoy your day. Stay focused on what it is that you want. Go get it.